Jussie Smollett is innocent. Or is he? All that and more on Black Hollywood Live's The Trend.
You're tuned into Black Hollywood Live, the world's first digital broadcast network devoted entirely to urban entertainment and pop culture. Tune in right now.
We don't have our beat this week. What's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. You are at Black Hollywood Live's The Trend. I'm your host, Courtney Stewart, taking over still for Derrial Christon, who's running these streets of Los Angeles. But I am joined in the studio with a goddess again, Miss Tanisha Laverne Grant.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome
Thank you for
back.
tuning in.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank
Welcome
you.
back. You are so welcome. And as y'all can see, it's a ladies' night.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna keep it cash and have some conversation about all the bullshit that's going on in the world right now, because there is a lot of crazy-ish going on right now. All right, guys, so we want to start off, but we're starting off on a positive note because we want to celebrate the success of Jordan Peele. Congratulations,
Woo-hoo!
Congratulations, with his $80+ million opening for his movie Us.
Loved Us.
Loved it, loved it, loved it. We talked about it. Tanisha got a pre-screening with the grown folks.
I did.
And
I was fortunate to be part of the Us First.
Yes, Us First. She
For
got
media,
to go
yeah.
for the black media, and she got to see it. So she gave me a little intel, and then I went last week. I enjoyed it, thought it was great, and I'm so glad it like broke all these records and is doing super awesome and all these wonderful things. And while it's doing all these wonderful things, you would think, some people would think that Jordan Peele would be all Hollywood just sipping champagne somewhere, but no. He took time out of his busy schedule because he also premiered Twilight Zone this week, guys. So he's got this movie going on. He got Twilight Zone premiering. And he took time out of his schedule on Monday to go hang out at UCB, which is basically like a studio where kids go learn improv and study sketch work and all of that kind of thing. It's called Upright Citizens Brigade. That's what the UCB stands for. And he sat down with some 200 people or something in front of an audience and chatted with these young folks about like his career and what's been going on or whatever. And the thing that people went on social media and started kind of trying to comfort him for a little bit is in the course of this conversation, he basically said, I ain't really interested in hiring no white dudes for my movie leads. Us showing me I just want to work with leads that are black dudes and women.
And he is doing nothing that other filmmakers in the business, Woody Allen has, I've never seen a black person in a Woody Allen film. Have you seen a black person in a Woody Allen film?
Yeah, let me think.
No.
We need the Jeopardy music.
Yeah, and I know you're a cinephile, a serious cinephile.
And I'm let me make sure. I can't think of one where there's a lead. Yeah.
No, it's always an issue when we decide that we want to support our own and push through for our own. Because it seems like, when you love being black and you are talking about your beauty and just this wonderful experience that we have as a black person, black power just seems like to the others that we're not celebrating them or dismissing them, and we're just celebrating us.
That's true.
We're just celebrating us.
That's how we feel. But we don't have a white person on the panel right now to pipe up maybe for the devil's advocate situation. But so I'm gonna put Steven in the booth on the spot because he's our white brother, and he just gave us that great soundbite. If he's still in the booth, Steven, do you feel any kind of ways about hearing that? And it's totally fine if you say yes or no. Just when you hear Jordan Peele say, hey, I don't really feel like I need to put a white dude in any of my movies. How do you feel about that?
I am perfectly fine with that.
All right.
See, he's fine with it because he gets it.
He gets it. So
it's not personal, baby. It's not personal, you guys. It's not personal.
It's not personal at all. So I really know. Maybe it's just because social media needs something to be upset about every day. So this is just another thing they can pick at and be like, hey.
Yeah, the little what do you call it? Thumb thugs, I call them. Thumb thugs.
I haven't heard that one. I like that.
Gosh, thumb thugs. You just need
thugs.
something to talk about and to be angry about because you have no other outlet, which is unfortunate because Jordan Peele is he's part of that shift.
Yeah.
He's the new generation.
New generation. Y'all, we gonna
Why
be
would you
everywhere.
not want to welcome that?
Y'all gonna just be seeing our faces all over
Yes.
the time. We're going to be selling you
Yes.
soap. We're going to be doing movies. We're going to be on your TV dancing, doing
Bald
all kind of
black
great stuff.
woman.
Yes.
We got our head
All the
wraps
time.
on.
Yes.
Come on,
we
you
don't
guys,
even
look at
care
this.
anymore.
Hold up.
You know?
Bald and with a head wrap
wrap.
on.
Yes.
Yes. Get
on
your
your
life.
screen. On your screen
Get
right
your
now.
life.
That's how it's, and that's how it should be. Like, why does it matter? Who's tripping about it? Not us.
No.
And neither should you. All right. So we're going to move on. Again, kudos, Jordan, because that's a huge accomplishment. And I know I can't even imagine what it feels like having had such, I have English language in my mouth, having had such success with Get Out and having to try to follow that up and to do it, well, most people would say very well. And critically, it's very well received, and it's obviously commercially well received. Like, that's not a small feat, people.
He is solidifying who he is as a filmmaker, as a storyteller in the space. He was just like, this was not a fluke. This was not lightning in the bottle. As I like to say, I am here to stay.
I'm here to stay.
You know, I am a bona fide storyteller, director. I've earned my keep.
He's earned it, y'all. He's here
He's
to
earned
stay.
it. He's earned it. And he's going to be employing black people on a regular, and I just hope maybe one day I can be one of the ones he employs.
I know, honey. I'm here. I'm available anytime.
Jordan.
Courtney Stewart, right here.
Hey, Jordan.
Okay. All right. So we're going to move on to our next topic for the day. And it's kind of, speaking of people who've, here to stay, earn their place, do they deserve to be there, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So obviously we are in an interesting space in our political lives in America right now. And we are having our 2020 presidential nominees kind of coming out hard. We got, Cory Booker just did his.
I like Cory.
Did you get to catch his town hall?
I didn't get a chance to catch his town hall.
He just did a town hall on CNN. It was interesting. I'm not. It's funny. I'm not that into him. I'm really just not that into him. And I hate. You know how they always talk about politically, like it used to be. The candidate that people feel like they could sit down and have a beer with is like who they would vote for, and that's why people had issues with Obama. They felt like he was too intelligent and too elitist, and like he wasn't that guy.
Well, you know what? I used to feel like that about former President Barack Obama. I did.
Did you really?
I did. Because I'm just like, okay, for me, Michelle sealed the vote for me.
Well, I mean, most people would say that
Michelle sealed the vote for me.
Okay.
I have to be completely honest. He warmed up to me, or I warmed up to him, but initially I was just like.
But was it because you felt like there had to be more to him because of who Michelle was?
Felt like, I kind of felt like she gave him his African Americanness.
Okay.
Okay. I'm like, this is a person, former President Barack Obama did not, come off as someone who really had the black experience. I mean, I'll just be frank, And
that was important for you when you were voting.
Occidental? Like, come on.
Well, interesting enough, like just because we're talking about Cory Booker, I used to get irritated that people would say that about a candidate. Like, I need to feel like I can have a beer with you. I'm like, no, I need to feel like you smart and you know what the F you doing, and that's what I care about.
All of that.
I don't care about the beer. But when Cory Booker did his town hall, I was like, I'm just not really feeling it. Like, I don't feel like I would like you. You're kind of, I don't know. So, and I didn't know how to feel about that as myself, being somebody that I feel like is usually more analytical. It just, he didn't do it for you. He didn't do it for me at all. And I didn't think he was all that innovative in what he was saying either. But that's neither here nor there. We have obviously multiple candidates. I would recommend you guys go check out I think it's Andrew Yang, or it might be Peter Yang. I don't have my notes.
From what I understand about this, he's not a game. He is. Y'all, listen, I don't know.
I keep mixing up the names. It's Yang and his name is Booty Gig. I know it sounds terrible, but it's like a horrible last name. But Buttigieg maybe is the way you pronounce the last name. But he also, it's funny because they both, Yang and Buttigieg, I feel bad like constantly saying
You see, I'm over here, I'm like, I'm going to let you say that.
But I know it was like Booty something, and I was like, that's a terrible last name. But they were both on The Breakfast Club, and I listened to their full interviews, and I am really here for a lot of the things that they were saying.
Yeah, I'm impressed with this guy Yang.
Yeah, so
definitely, I'm not even gonna lie on. Yeah,
it's an interesting situation we're in, and what we have coming towards us. And I mean, obviously, some states Here's what I want to know. Do you think that, because like some states are closed for the primaries unless you are a member of the party? And I'm pretty sure that's not the case in California, even though I wasn't certain, so I signed up as a Democrat this year, which I've never done because I'm an independent voter.
Oh, wow.
I've never aligned myself with a party because I don't believe a two-party system is as effective as it should be.
Okay, Courtney.
But this year, because I didn't know for sure and I was just happened to be moving, so you know how you fill out your whatever. I was like, let me sign up for this Democratic Party because I need to be a part of this primary situation. But I think California, it doesn't apply. Either way, that being said, should everybody be able to vote in these primaries?
I kind of wish they would.
I kind of agree because I was like,
there's always something. I mean, when you think about our government, God, I mean, look at the doggone setup. I mean, when you think about the Electoral College, there's always something, a brick wall, just to be like,
yeah.
You know, and the primaries they're important.
They're really important.
They are. I mean, the primary
ever.
sets you up for the bigger. You know what I'm trying to say?
For the whole shebang, the presidential race, and you are determining who's going to be running. And if we know for certain that as of right now, Trump is the Republican nominee, which Republicans, y'all for real, like ain't none of y'all wanting to challenge that man. Like really, that's why I'm like, this two-party thing is ridiculous. Because if there was a third party that was super strong in there, they wouldn't hold so tight to their corners.
Yeah.
And there would be some competition. But speaking of Trump, that Mueller report came out, finally. It was after the show we did last week, so we didn't get to talk about it. It came out, I think, Friday, and then we got the 4-page summary of what is speculated to be anywhere from a 300 to a 700-plus page report. And the Attorney General was able to summarize it in like 48 hours in 4 pages. And basically what we've discovered so far is supposedly there is no collusion, as they were looking for, but we don't really know anything else. And Mueller did not confirm nor deny that Trump did some shady-ish. So now there's fights about should we get to see the report.
We don't need anything confirmed about Trump doing shadiness. We see that.
That's my question.
Come on.
Do we really need the report?
We know that.
Do we want to see do you as a citizen want the report released to Congress and for public viewing?
I would.
You want to see
But
it?
at the end of the day, we already know that we have a crook in office. We already know who he is. We already know who he is. All
Some
this
people
is just.
don't. Some people really think that they believe this whole like.
They believe in the person that they put in office. Okay. Okay.
Do you think that the release of the report is beneficial to the country in terms of closing the gaps that have been made? Transparency and the divide that has been created by his behavior and the things that he's done, and people that are saying, I still believe in him. You guys obviously haven't proven anything. He whatever.
There would be nice to have some physical evidence. It would be nice to see the data.
Actual data.
Yeah,
Yes.
that would be nice.
I agree.
Yeah.
I want to see the papers. I want all however many hundreds of pages just released online.
I mean, listen, when that whole birther movement thing, he was like, show me that birth certificate.
Show me the papers.
Like,
show me the papers. Show me the papers. The funny part is that he is supposedly saying right now, the first thing he said was, yeah, you could show the whole report.
Yeah, okay.
Because he said he's been exonerated, and that's not exactly
He don't
what
want that.
happened. That's not really what happened.
He doesn't want that.
But just so y'all know, because we're talking about all the things that are politically affecting us right now, this is kind of a crazy whirlwind that's going on right now. Because we got our primary situation going on. We got Trump and this Mueller report coming out. Trump has also decided simultaneously to go after Obamacare again, hardcore. They're going back to the courts, and they could destroy it very likely, possibly, very soon. And they don't have a replacement. And their response was, if we're going to get rid of this, we'll have a replacement in a few months.
No, you won't.
How do you feel about that?
No, they won't.
How do you feel about that?
No, everything is to unravel the legacy of, President Barack Obama and, to really just further divide the have and the have-nots in a big way. I mean, no health insurance. I mean, people are already struggling, even with Obamacare. Even with Obamacare,
yeah.
people are actually struggling. So I just really don't know. this is y'all president.
This is what y'all chose.
This is y'all's president. And, you know, the people who voted for him are the ones who are suffering the most because they are that corner pocket who thought that, you know, they could maintain a $60,000 a year job, $60,000 to $100,000 a year job with just a high school education, and that black people were responsible for putting, you know, you out of work. No,
Actually,
the very
it was the Mexicans. That's what they're.
Oh, was it the Mexicans?
They're mad at the Mexicans. Like, black people don't even, at this point, we ain't nothing.
Yeah, but it's just like, no, you are not advancing because you are not educating yourself. You know, you come out of high school and you don't have to do anything, and you can have the house and the suburbs
that
and the 2 cars
anymore.
And no,
It
that
doesn't
is
exist. That's actually
tube.
one of the really great things that I think Yang. I keep saying Yang because I can't remember if it's Andrew Yang or
The
if I know
$1,000
somebody.
that we all gonna get.
Yeah, I like the $1,000.
Give me my
guaranteed income.
$1,000.
And I haven't done full enough research on the economics of it that he claims, but based on what he was saying, the economic facts of like because they're already doing it in Alaska. What do they call it? The I think it's like promised
I'm not sure
income.
what they call it
I forget
for it.
the name of it. But either way, like I was just saying, like he actually is addressing that idea, and the idea that we're always like, oh, well, if you were a minor, you can retrain and become something else. He was like, you're probably not going to become a software engineer. Let's keep it real. Like, we're going to have to do something else. Like, we gotta, and I like that he was super direct and clear about those things not actually happening, because everybody's not retraining and getting all these new jobs in tech, because it just isn't the case, and everybody's brain doesn't work that way.
I mean, you have so many. Listen, my parents' generation, they don't even understand the jobs that are existing today. They don't even understand. I'm like, what does that job do? What does that job entail?
Like, what do you do?
What do you do?
What do you do?
What do you do?
It's very, very much the truth. So either way, we're getting hit in every direction all around, and we're going to be for the next, 2019? So we got like
a couple more years, and then this is a long road home, because even to undo what he's done is going to be additional years in the process.
And that's assuming we actually win. And it ain't looking good. Would you vote for Stacey Abrams, having not, on her part, won any other election at this point? Because she's sort of this like golden light that everybody's
I really don't
saying.
like to say who I would vote for so early on.
Would you be for her running for president right now?
You know what? Honestly, yeah.
You would?
Go in.
Okay. Get in.
Go in.
Get in. The more the better? The harder it is?
Yeah.
You think?
I kind of do at this point.
More ideas, the better?
Here's my biggest thing with this. I just kind of feel like we're desperate. We are desperate.
We are desperate.
And that is just, there's no way around that.
My other question, though, is, are we so desperate that we're going to end up looking like the Republicans looked in the last round, which is how they ended up with Trump? Because they had like 17 people running, and Trump beat them all.
No, I don't think we could ever look like that. I think this country is really, I think we've gotten our hand dealt to us in a, hard and swift.
Yes.
With Trump, and I don't think we'll do that ever again. The Republicans don't even want him in office, and that is a fact.
They don't. But do they want him in office? Do they not want him in office more than they don't want a Democrat in office?
Courtney, I would like to believe that they don't want him in office more than they want a Democrat. Yeah, did that come out right?
I'm like, hold on, you have to do all those negatives. I'm like,
yeah.
See, I actually think they do not
By any
want
means necessary?
I think they do not want a Democrat more than they want Trump gone. And that's why there's none of them speaking up against him for real, in a real way. They're all rolling over sideways and acting like anything that he's done is not that big of a deal.
I don't know. I would like to think there's some kind of backdoor meeting going on. I
might have believed that if McConnell hadn't tried to block the Mueller report for coming out. Because for a minute I was like, well, maybe, they'll push, because they think that like the country deserves to see the report and whatever. But when he tried to block that vote for it coming, I'm like, wait, so are you with him?
Yeah. That's a great point.
I don't know. I don't know, guys. It's all the things that we're just
All I know is
milling
Democrat,
over.
Republican, this country is in bad shape. The world is in bad shape.
We need help.
You know, we are like the laughing stock. I can remember when the returns were coming in the night Trump won, and, you know, you're looking at all of the world leaders and they're going off. They're like, dumb Americans. I mean, like, you know, I mean, it was so bad. It was so bad. And then you have this Brexit you know, thing happening. It's just...
Yeah. But then even that, didn't they roll back on Brexit? Like, they postponed it again or something? I'm not up on my European politics right now, so I'm not sure. But either way, kids.
It affects us all, though, man. It affects us all. It's just like, you know, we're one world.
It's true.
We're one world. And the United States, you know, we're supposed to be the biggest, the baddest, big brother, you know, the ones who set the example, who set the tone, and look at what we're doing here.
What are we doing?
Look at what we're doing here.
What are we
I mean, people are, the priority is, you know, to focus on something like, let's make fur illegal, but let's not focus on Black Lives Matter. You know what I mean? Like that sort of...
Let's balance the budget by getting rid of the Special Olympics grant. Because that was brilliant. Like, I didn't even bring that up, but I just had to slide that in. $18 billion. We got to cut somewhere, right? They don't need it.
I mean,
it's fine.
this is...
Of all the things we need, you know.
But this is y'all's president.
So there you go.
This is y'all's president.
All right. We're not going to ruminate on that much longer. But just so y'all know, remember, you know, keep reading. Keep reading. Keep paying attention. These candidates are out in these streets trying to get their message across. And, I mean, it's as exhausting as it is because, obviously, we waited like 2 years for the Mueller report, and then it seemed nothing came of it. Like, all of these things, that it can get exhausting, but now is not the time to sit on your laurels and just forget about it. Now is the time to get activated and educated and get ready.
Just vote in those smaller elections.
Absolutely, always and forever.
Yeah, your city councils, your mayors,
pay attention.
You know.
Yeah, be out there, y'all. All right, so we're going to move on to the best story of the week.
Oh, God.
It's our EUR Web Spotlight Story of the Week.
EUR Web Story Spotlight of the Week.
Lord have mercy. I don't even know what's... All I can say is Jussie.
I'm just a guest in y'all's house.
Like, okay, Chicago.
Can we just talk about the players, though? Can we name the players? So we have Tina Chen. Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's the former aide to Obama.
Michelle Obama. And everybody keeps saying Michelle Obama has something to do with this. And I'm just like, no, come on, you guys.
Oh, wait, will we set it up that Jussie got his charges dismissed.
All 16.
All 16 felony charges dismissed.
Yeah, well, they say you can indict a ham sandwich, so I don't know.
So those were dismissed, and he put up $10,000, his $10,000 bond. He gave it to them, to the city, they can keep it. He's not getting it back. And he did 2 days of community service. So they was like, okay,
but people don't even know what the community service.
Nobody really knows anything because they called an emergency hearing on Monday and decided to do this, and it was out of the blue. Everybody's confused, and a lot of people are mad. So, as you were saying, Tina Chen's name is involved. Go ahead.
Yeah, Tina Chen is very close to the Smollett family, very close to Janedy, who is Smollett's, Jussie's younger sister. I think she's younger. You know, you guys remember beautiful Janedy Smollett. I first took notice of her years ago when she was in Eve's Bayou. Oh, yeah. And Tina Chen is very close to her. As a matter of fact, they were at South by Southwest years ago. Yeah. That gets really interesting. And then we have Rahm Emanuel, the mayor, who's really pissed off. You made a mockery of the system here in the United States. You know, this is about privilege. This is about if you have money and status. But we all know what money and status does in this country, right? True. And then you have...
Meanwhile, Rahm not really in a position to talk that kind of smack, but we'll keep going.
Yeah. And then, you have Kim Foxx. And, I mean, it just...
goes on and on and on and on.
Yeah, Eddie Johnson, the Chicago superintendent. Yeah. And then go ahead.
Go ahead.
Jussie's camp is just, they want an apology. You guys have smeared this man's name and reputation, and Rahm is just apologize for what at this point, then Trump is talking about, well, we're going to get the FBI in on it, and I'm just oh God, this is really ridiculous. I don't even know. Ridiculous. I don't know. I feel like this is a Twilight Zone.
It's like Jordan Peele launched the Twilight Zone, and maybe all of this is his concoction.
This is crazy.
It's like a live action performance art Twilight Zone because it is so bonkers and a mess. Granted, the whole point is that it is not abnormal for such a crime for there to be some kind of deal made where charges are dropped in exchange for community service or whatever. That's not abnormal. What's abnormal is that nobody knew what was happening. It was a surprise hearing. And neither side is conceding. Like, he's saying, oh, I stick by everything I said. I wouldn't be my mama's child if I was telling a lie. And then the police is like, oh, hell no, you's a liar. And then the attorney's office, the district attorney's office is like, yeah, that brother's a liar,
and
but you know we're going to let him off.
So, the Nigerian brothers, their attorney quit. He was just like, what's good?
Because they wouldn't speak out, but then they weren't arrested. So if they weren't arrested, then there was no crime there possibly. We don't know. So I don't, honey, I don't know. What you think gonna happen to Empire though?
Empire ratings, first of all, it was in question whether or not they were even returning.
Yes.
I think they're gonna return in a big way.
You think so?
Yeah, and I think Jussie, you think they're gonna be Lee Daniels is so wild. I mean, it's up to the executives at Fox. But, people may watch just because of Jussie now.
See, if I were the execs at Fox, I would just cancel it because you're going to get flack if you keep him. You're going to get flack if you don't keep him. There's no winning. But
this is Hollywood, though. This is Hollywood. I mean, we've seen things the wildest of wild.
True.
Happen in the Hollywood space. And when it comes about money, Hollywood loves money.
But that's why I think they would be better off canceling because it was already decreasing in ratings to begin with.
Well,
and
this
now
may make it spike.
I don't think it's going to make it spike because I feel like everybody's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But then at the same time, don't get me wrong.
I'm just playing devil's advocate here, yeah.
And I'm also like, well, the fuck? But at the same time, I am like also upset that like they are going so hard at him now that the charges have been dismissed. Like, Rom, why are you on TV like going after this boy? Trump, your ass got a 400+ page report out about you and ain't nobody saying nothing. So you gonna talk about
that does bother
him?
me. That bothers me in a big way. I'm like, can we go after all the police officers who walked for killing Black life?
Exactly, because you're not coming that hard for them.
Yeah,
ever.
Let's talk about that.
And granted, if he did this, whatever version of this that he did, it's nonsense and it's ridiculous, but it's also just stupid. And the biggest person he hurt was himself, not anybody else.
Let's open up the FBI on all those police officers who killed, Eric Garner, Michael Brown,
so what's
Tamir
going on?
Rice. Let's talk about that. Like, you want to open up some cases? Open up those cases.
Open up actual cases, not like stupid nonsense. But I don't know. Like, I can't. If I were him, I would like go to like, I don't know, the Turtle Islands. Where are the Turtle Islands? Somewhere like off somewhere and just be gone for like a good year. Like, don't show your face anywhere. Just be gone.
Like I said, I've never seen anything like this. I'm like, did they have like some sort of seance and called up Johnny Cochran?
It's crazy.
Did y'all call up Johnny Cochran?
They conjured Johnny Cochran, and then it was like now they're being like punished by the dark demons for like bringing because I don't know. I've never seen anything like this in my life ever. Like and the furor with which like the cops and Rom and everybody's like on television talking like y'all.
It's a spectacle and it's embarrassing.
Yes.
This is why I say we need to do some serious house cleaning in this country. We are the laughing stock. We are the laughing stock.
It makes no sense, you guys. Like, it really makes no sense. Of all the other crimes out there that we need to be taken care of, like, this should have, if they wanted to do a deal, I don't even know. And I'm just mad that Michelle Obama's name keep getting brought up.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Because this woman is friends, or worked for Michelle Obama.
It's totally different.
Because they're constantly reporting Michelle Obama's former aide. Michelle Obama's former aide.
Michelle's getting all that money from her book. We
got found out this week. Best-selling memoir.
Yeah, ever, all time, all time,
all the time. And I read a lot of memoirs and a lot of biographies and autobiographies, and it was bomb. I enjoyed it thoroughly. So congratulations.
They're just
Michelle.
mad. So like, you guys are really upset.
Yeah. All the more reason why I'm mad at Jussie and want him to go to Turtle Island.
Yeah.
Like, I just need him to go away.
Well, we already know how I feel about that. I mean, I was definitely heartbroken because, like I said, I advocated for Jussie without even waiting for any more physical evidence to come out. I'm like, who did this to you?
Him?
Who did this?
Because he seemed so sweet and like, how dare they?
Yeah.
He's such a nice guy. And Lord knows, whatever he did, because obviously there's
something.
story, their story, and the truth is
Right.
somewhere in the middle. So we received that. But you did something, bruh. Like, it ain't
Yeah,
as
and the
clean
city
as
of
you trying to
Chicago, they
make
want
it.
their $130,000 back.
They only
that
got
they,
10.
That they, well, look,
They only
they still want the
getting
rest.
this 10.
They still want the rest. They still want the rest, girl.
And I don't want my tax dollars going towards any more investigation of Jussie Smollett. Can I just say that?
How that part?
I don't want that. Y'all
part.
taking $18 million away from the Special Olympics and y'all gonna send the feds in to figure out if Jussie Smollett paid somebody to beat his own ass? I cannot be done. I need to be done with that. I need it to be gone. And okay, I'm gonna get off my soapbox now. Anyway, well, next time we're here, it'll be April. Are you excited for spring?
Ooh, I am excited for spring. I am definitely excited for spring.
You know, we moved out of February, like, oh, it's going to be March. We got to change it up.
No,
and then
March-
this shit is still happening.
March just went by so
March
fast,
went by.
so
Yeah,
it did.
It did. Okay. And,
Yeah.
Oh, and you'll be at the NAACP Image
I
Awards.
will be at the NAACP Image Awards, and Jussie Smollett is nominated.
You
and
think he's going to show up?
I do.
You do. Do you
Yeah.
think he's going to walk the carpet?
You know what? He may walk the carpet.
You guys, you have to watch Tanisha's Instagram and socials and stuff because she
He-
might get one with the Jussie.
He may walk the carpet.
What are you going to ask him if you get him?
You know what?
You get one question. What you going to ask him?
Jussie, this is such a big disappointment. This was such a big disappointment. How would you really get people to come back to Jussie's world?
How do we get back to Jussie's world?
How do we get back to Jussie's world?
I don't know. I'm not sure I can be because I really
Yeah.
wasn't there that much to begin with. But
I
don't know
like
if I can
them.
ever
I
come
really do.
back.
Like I said, I've known their families since they were like young.
I remember when they did that show. What was it called? Just the 10 of Us, or no, that was a different show. But it was sort of like the concept of Party of Five, but not, and it got taken off after like 2 episodes. But it was
Yeah.
like all the Smollett kids, and like their parents had passed, and they had like an older brother who was this random like dark skinned dude that I was just like, how did they do this? But whatever.
Hollywood, anything goes.
But I thought it was the cutest show, and that's
Yeah.
how I was first introduced. And that was a really long time ago. That was like
Yeah.
probably mid '90s
Yeah.
when that came out because I was a kid. So I want you to win, brother, but I don't know. You think he'll
Yeah.
be there? I'm
I
wondering.
think it will be. I do.
I think it would be very audacious of him to go.
I don't know.
I need him to go to the island.
No, well, you know what? He has all of most of Black Hollywood is supportive of him.
How?
You know,
Why?
They are supportive of him.
Because you know there's a mess in there. Even if it ain't what they want to say it is, there's a mess in there. This is not clean.
You know what? But there are people who compare the case to Alan Lackey, you know, and they're just like, listen, y'all gonna take this hit that Jussie, 16 felonies have been wiped, expunged, sealed.
That's the other thing. How we ain't never
Sealed.
gonna get to know
Sealed.
what the hell went down. Like, they sealed the file. We
Yeah.
can't know. Somebody got to leak that. Who work at Cook County Courthouse?
Woo!
Y'all can slip that out.
I have no idea.
Take some
but-
pictures with your phone. Just send them out because I really want to know.
Yeah, I mean, you have Jan Levon Son, who's very supportive of him. You know, there's so many.
I mean, I'm not
They're
trying
like,
to
he
come
made
for
a
him
mistake.
hard.
Yeah.
I do believe it was just a mistake, and it was a very stupid mistake. But I need him to disappear for a little while.
That
and
was a
then come
crazy mistake.
back. Yeah, it was.
That was a crazy mistake because
Should
that.
we call it a mistake though? Should we should give him
I don't
credit
know
for
what I
that.
want to call it. All I know is it's embarrassing as all hell,
Yeah, because I mean, Jussie
and
ain't a kid.
it was so dangerous.
It was super dangerous.
It's very dangerous.
and damaging, like permanently damaging to
Race?
communities of color
Yeah.
and LGBTQIA.
Could have been race riots.
It could've
Anything. It could have escalated, and a lot of people are like, "Oh no, yes, it could have escalated."
It could have been a lot. It could have been, especially because of the whole MAGA hat thing.
Yeah.
It could have gone really left.
I mean, my visceral was just like, "Who did this?" I mean,
Yeah.
I was in my feelings
yeah.
in a big way.
Jussie. And I feel like calling it a mistake is way too juvenile because he's a grown ass man.
He made a
over
conscious
the age
decision.
of 30.
Yeah.
And whatever happened, he really chose to do that with mental wherewithal to know way better. That's not just a silly mistake of a 20-year-old
Yeah.
child. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna stop judging you, Jussie. I wish you the best.
See you at the NAACP Image Awards.
See you at the NAACP Image. I'll be interested to see if he wins the award because he is nominated. So
I think he's going to be there.
We'll find out, guys. You guys will have to check back with us so we can talk a little tea about whether we saw him there or not next week. I know. All right. Well, in the meantime, Ms. Tanisha, where can everybody find you and find your clips?
You can find me on blackandamerica.com. You can also follow me on my social media at Tanisha_Grant on Twitter. And at Tanisha Laverne Grant on Instagram. And you know what I say, Tanisha Laverne Grant, all three names.
All three names,
If you can say Sarah Jessica Parker, you can say Tanisha
Laverne
Grant.
And you guys can follow me everywhere at Stewart Starlet, and make sure you follow us here at BHL Online, as in at BHL Online. That's our handle. And make sure you're subscribing to our videos, guys, commenting in the comments. We love the conversation. Keep the conversation going. We can't wait to hear what you guys think about Jussie and all the things going on in the world. And until next week, you guys have a beautiful weekend.
And happy spring.
I know.
Spring forward.
Spring forward.
Lighten your load. Relax a little. Have some tea time.
And have some peace.
On behalf of our BHL staff, we would like to thank you for tuning in to Black Hollywood Live, the world's first digital broadcast network devoted entirely to urban entertainment and pop culture. Check out our Black Hollywood Live YouTube page for even more great programming and amazing content, and be sure to subscribe and like our channel when you do. I'm your BHL host, Nakia Monet, and you can find me on all social media at Kiki Boom Boom or at Black Hollywood Live. Black Hollywood Live, Hollywood redefined.